There you go.
What makes you laugh?
This is easy. When I was a boy growing up in Arizona, I saw Woody Allen and I was mesmerized.
Two elderly women are at a Catskill Mountain resort, and one of them says, "Boy, the food at this place is really terrible." The other one says, "Yeah, I know, and such small portions." Well, that's essentially how I feel about life.
Then we can go on from there to every influence that everybody else says who are great comedians. But my major influence was Woody Allen, and so in It's Garry Shandling Show, conceptually, came from one thing that Michael Nesmith of the Monkees had created called television parts, in which he took stand-up comics and made videos many years ago that was never successful, but I did one and I thought, I think you can do a whole show like that.
You know, this dinner part of the day, it's always a tense part for me. First of all, there's that big question, you know, who's gonna pick up the check? Then, oh, hi.
Hi.
So what are your goals in life?
I would have to say, solving world hunger.
Great. Listen, give us the number 9 for 10,000 people, okay?
And where Woody Allen talks to the camera in Annie Hall.
What do you do when you get stuck on a movie line with a guy like this behind you?
Wait a minute, why can't I
It's just
give my
maddening.
opinion? It's a free country.
He can give you. You have to give it so loud. I mean, aren't you ashamed to pontificate like that? And the funny part of it is, Marshall McLuhan, you don't know anything about Marshall McLuhan's work.
Really? I happen to teach a class at Columbia called TV, Media, and Culture. So I think that my insights into Mr. McLuhan, well, have a great deal of validity.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Well, that's funny because I happen to have Mr. McLuhan right here. So yeah, just let me come over here a second.
Oh,
Tell him.
I heard what you were saying. You know nothing of my work. You mean my whole fallacy is wrong. How you ever got to teach a course in anything is totally amazing.
Boy, if life were only like this.
He's so complete, isn't he? Because he's got the one-liners, he's got that clever put down, the sort of the Groucho school.
He was unexpected at the time when he broke. He was fresh and new, and it was a different sensibility.
And he looks funny.
He looks funny. You see, after it's Garry Shandling Show, although a very funny program in my opinion, I thought it was funny, but not necessarily deep and meaningful. When I finished that, I was only interested in exploring myself in a deeper way as a writer, as an observer of life, and as an actor. I also wanted to play a character that was not Garry Shandling, since I was stuck, when I was with It's Garry Shandling Show, I was stuck more or less with things that I would do because people would go, "That's Garry."
Tell me about this show of yours.
Oh, Gil, well, thanks. The show's about my life, basically.
Well, you must have a very interesting life.
Boy, I don't. And it's been a stumbling block for the whole series.
So then I wanted to have a character that had some separation so I could play a bit of a character and and play different emotional stuff. So I was interested in then going for the underbelly of life, because I'd already done the thing where how many times have I been funny this way and this way and this way and this way.
Yeah.
So now I wanted to take and look at dysfunctional behavior and put it in a funny context, which is what that show is.
The show is going great.
Yeah, it's going great. My life is falling apart. I'm glad there are these TV cameras here to cover it. This is like the Hindenburg. How much longer before you start shouting, "Oh, the humanity"?
Just telling you it's going great. There's an electricity in the air. What you're going through is not altogether bad for the show.
Well, why don't I have an argument with my wife every night?
Well, maybe that's up to you. But all I can tell you is that we've got half the anniversary show right here.
What did Jeannie say?
Larry, I tried to stop her. I think she's leaving. No, lad. There's only 7 minutes left in the show.
Condition red, condition
What
red.
is it, Hank?
This is not an alert. We have 2 guests who are very concerned about the awkward energy on the show tonight.
Fuck 'em.
What he means is schmooze 'em.
I thought of the idea of doing a show about a talk show host many years before I actually did the Larry Sanders Show. So I thought, well, can that idea be used as because I know about the talk show world, I could see how it functions as a metaphor in terms of walking out on stage, you see these people happy as can be, talking to people, doing stuff, and when they go back behind that curtain, troubled because ego gets in the way, and was it this, and I need this, and real people's lives, because in the real, in life, you meet somebody and they're putting on a face.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, boy, we all need to drop that now. And so that's what really drives that show. And that's what I was interested in exploring within myself. I think that show is, Larry Sanders Show is less about show business, even though that's appears to be the core element, and more about a dysfunctional family and everybody needing love.
Absolutely.
And desperately doing what every human being is doing, which is looking for love somehow, some way.
I need to know that no matter what happens, you will never abandon me like that again. I need to hear you promise me that. Okay, that's good enough for me. I am back. I'll see you Tuesday.
Monday.
Even better. Oh, God, it's good to know I'll never have to pull another set of balls like that again.
Good. Good.
Come on.
I mean it. I mean it. No.
I want it.
I mean it.
You know what I want.
I mean it.
I think, as I say, I think Hank is one of the most amazing characters ever created.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's got that level of realism where you go, oh, God, I feel so sorry for him, or what an arse. But you know there's Jeffrey Tambor really working hard under the water.
What about the time I chipped my tooth on the bathroom urinal? Huh? What the fuck is so comical about that?
It was a back tooth, Hank. I don't know how you did it. Jeffrey Tambor shockingly came in to audition for that part of Hank. And I have the audition tape, and it is shocking because he's exactly in the reading what he was in the show out of the gate.
Really?
I mean, he is a brilliant actor.
Amazing. It's his stature and his arrogance. I remember one where he stands in for you, he gets his chance, and they love him because he's vulnerable and nervous.
You know, my father always told me to tell the truth, so if it isn't obvious, I'm really terrified. So you're probably not going to see a really great show tonight.
That is conceivably, by the way, my favorite episode.
It's amazing. He didn't know why he was liked. He didn't quite get it. He loved it. Then the second night, he loses the audience.
See, that's interesting because I told our head writer that was a little off, but he's such a hopeless retard that... Easy now. All right, so...
You suck!
You saw it unfold, and then you saw everyone knew what went wrong, except him. Yeah. And I think, if I remember right, doesn't Artie just tell him why? It's blatant. He just says, he tells him where he went wrong at the end.
When you're vulnerable and humble, people like you. And when you act like an asshole, people tend to think of you as an asshole.
Are you going to air tonight's show?
No, we'll put on the best of Larry. But I'll always have a copy of tonight's show close by. Just keep that in mind next time you want to throw your weight around. You may go.